Hello class 7 students, welcome to Brainwaves class English. This is your English educator Bhumi, and today we are going to do your fourth chapter of your honeycomb book. We have already started the chapter in the last video. This is your part 2. As the chapter is quite big, we have splitted that chapter into two videos. Name of the chapter is The Ashes That Made Trees Bloom. Now we already got to know that there was an old couple. They doesn't have any child, thus they treated Muko as their pet. Even they loved their Muko very much, they treated Muko as their child. Later we could know that Muko one day scratched the ground and found a piece of gold. Old man sold that gold and he became quite rich. Their neighborhood their neighborhood a couple was living. They were very cruel. As they could know the secret of how they became rich, they also tried to take Muko with them so that they also get anything precious thing, so that they also could sell and become rich. Muko does not satisfy their expectation, and Muko found a dead kitten. Now that neighborhood, they became very angry and they bit it Muko so much that Muko died on that spot. Later, we found out also this, that Muko's spirit came into old man's dream, and Muko's spirit told that there is something called something. Just let me check out once. Yeah, it was that the spirit of the dog said that to cut down the pine and make a motor and a mill. After that, they used that motor and they found lots of gold coins. They sold that again and they became rich. After that, what happened is their neighborhood took that meal from them, told any reason and just took out. After that, they also thought that we will also use and we will also get some coins. We will also be very rich. In this type of intention, they took that. After that, what happened is when they started to use, worms were coming out. This part we have ended last video, that is worms were coming out. After that, what happened? Not only old man had a dream on that day, again he had a dream. Again that dog's spirit came into his dream, told his owner that to take the ashes of the burnt mortar and meal and sprinkle them on the withered trees to make them bloom. Now, this is possible, like a thing comes up in our mind also. The old man then woke up. He went to that couple's house, who were very cruel. He humbly asked for the ashes. The couple treated him with ashes. He filled that ashes in his basket. Now, as the old man asked, cruel neighbors, they gave ashes to old man, and old man filled that ashes in his basket and he went from there. Later, he took his wife and he went to his garden. In his garden, a cherry tree was there, which was not in a very good condition, as it was winter season. Then old man sprinkled that ash on that trees and saw that the tree was blooming into cherry blossoms. It was looking very beautiful. Cherries came out from that tree, and you can see that title of the story also matches over here, that ashes can make a tree bloom. Dog's spirit told this thing to old man. Old man taken some ashes from neighbor's house and sprinkled that to their tree, which was not in a good condition, cherry tree which was there in their garden, and that cherry tree started to bloom. Everyone got to know about this and everyone went to see this, that how this happened. That couple who were very cruel, that couple also got to know this story, and what they did is they gathered some of the ashes which were left in their house and they kept that very safe. Now that old man heard that Dimas was to pass along that high road near that village. He took his basket and he went off there. As the train approached, he climbed up into an old cherry tree, That cherry tree was also not in a good condition because it was the winter season, and he stood over there. He stand over there. It was along the wayside, so everyone can see that man, even that cherry tree. Even according to the customs or that time period, cherry tree was not in a good condition. That means cherry tree should be very weak, but the cherry tree was very strong. The man continuously was standing over there. Now, guards didn't told anything to that man. They neglected, as he's an old man. The guards doesn't told anything. As the daimyo came nearer, the old man sprinkled some of the ashes to that cherry tree, and that cherry tree bloomed. It was not the season of blooming, but because of that ash, that cherry tree bloomed. The daimyo was very delighted to see this, and he stopped the van. He called that old man near him, and he thanked also, and ordered presents of silk robes, sponge cakes, fans, and other rewards to be given to that old man. Even daimyo also invited old man to his castle. The old man then went to his home. Happily, he shared his this news with his wife. However, that cruel neighbor who heard of the story, they also tried to do something like extraordinarily. They took some of the magic ashes and went out on the highway. Now, uh, one of them climbed up a cherry blossom tree, and when the daimyo was directly under that tree, the man threw a handful of ashes which didn't do anything. Just imagine that man, the cruel neighborhood, he thought to just sprinkle some of the ash particles to that tree, but nothing happened to first thing. And next is that ash, because of wind direction suddenly changed, and that ash particles fell on daimyo's wife's eyes and nose. Now just imagine what type of situation it would be. They sneezed and choked, which ruined the dignity and elegance of the procession. The man then was brought down from the tree, and he was beaten too much that he died over there. After that, the kind old couple, they lived their life prosperly. So from the story, what we can understand, that cruel couple, their neighborhood, they was also couple, husband and wife. So they both were too cruel that they bit their neighborhood kind man and wife's dog Muko. Too much they beat it that Muko was died over there. And here a situation happened that they tried to do something else, but something else has happened over there, and daimyo's soldiers beaten too much to that old man, I mean cruel old man, that he went to death. So this way, whatever he had did previously or pastly, that only happened with him in future. And the kind old couple, they started to lead a prosperous life because now no one to disturb them. And one more thing, that whatever kind old couple, whatever they were getting, the same thing the opposite cruel neighborhood were not getting, because the cruel neighborhood was not a good hearted person, whereas that uh, old kind couples, they were very good hearted. Even they were very hard working. This was the reason why uh, they were getting prosperous day by day, and even with the help of Muko also. So from here we could learn that moral of the story is, if you do good, you would get also good. If you're not doing good, you would not get also good. Here this applies for the kind old couple, even the cruel old couple. We saw two characters. One is kind old couple and the other one is cruel old couple. Cruel old couple, as they were working very bad. Every time they were like working very cruelly. Thus at the last result also was very bad for them. And good couple, as they were very good, kind hearted, so at the last they got good result. This way the story comes to an end. We can get a very beautiful moral from this story. The ashes that make trees bloom. Hope that the title is also like suggested correctly by the writer. By reading the story we can also understand. Till this much then, thank you. To reach our channel, type on the search bar brainwaves. You will get our logo over there and then brainwaves written. Click on that. Our brainwaves overview page, main page will occur. There you can access all the videos. Main page picture is already given on the screen. In our channel, primary learning as well as secondary learning is done. Primary learning English is done by me, and secondary learning class 11, class 12, nutrition and biology of WBSC board by our Shush ma'am.